So the Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office, I want to talk about that. It was triggering on many levels. It was triggering for my own childhood trauma about sort of being two things, being bullied in the family and being bullied at school. Specifically bullied in the family, I saw that whole scene kind of play out as a family like abusing a teenager who was bullied at school, and then they made that teenager into the problem. Or that a teenager had a problem with like the evil stepdad, and then everything got turned around on this kid, and they were like shamed and gaslit and made into the perpetrator. At school, it reminded me of like with the comments around why aren't you wearing a suit? That reminded me of being a kid in high school, and sort of like you get a bunch of really aggressive kids around you going like, what jeans are you wearing? Why are you wearing off-brand jeans? Like, are you poor? And the folks saying that are our nation's leaders. So there's so many layers of problems and triggers with it. But something to reframe it in a helpful way, as therapists, we're always talking about this Karpman drama triangle, victim, rescuer, perpetrator, is that they painted Zelensky as a perpetrator when he's actually a national hero. And they were portraying themselves, Trump and JD Vance, as that they were the rescuers. But yet they were also the victims. Like Trump was like just a couple, he might as well have said like, oh, you're making JD Vance upset. Are you happy now? You know, like there's really no deviation from like that kind of stuff. And one way to think about it is that I'm so sick of men. I'm sure you are very much in the same mindset as I'm so sick of men like this. When people engage in the Karpman triangle in the way that they did with Zelensky, it is a definite sign of poor mental health, if not mental illness. It's a pathological thing when people are living in that victim, rescuer, perpetrator experience. But the thing I think we need to kind of focus on is one piece, like in childhood, men like that behave like that because they know they will never be like Zelensky. They will never be like a president who could have taken off when the war started and just went into hiding or whatever, but he became a national hero, and he's been in war, fighting for his country's life in an unprovoked war, trying to just protect his people. The men in that office will never have the dignity and integrity like that man has. And that is also like the adults in our childhood trying to squish innocence.